rising number of cases of stock theft in the country is becoming a cause for increasing concern. Some very worrying numbers. Between July and September, 7,339 cases of stock theft were reported countrywide. 26,322 sheep and more than 14,000 cattle were stolen. Police Minister Willie Clack on Friday said police have appointed a task team to investigate stock theft, particularly in the Free State, where it's reported to be rife. Just how bad is it, and is a national task force going to make a difference? Well, National Stock Theft Prevention Forum Chairperson, Mr. Willie Clack, joining us via Zoom this morning. Willie, good morning to you. Thank you for your time. What you've been hearing from the Police Minister and the authorities, are you happy with what you're hearing? Are we heading in the right direction?
Yeah, the main problem is that livestock theft has always been a big problem in South Africa. It's been persistent. I've been involved in the prevention side since 2006, and the forum has been established in 1995 already. What is grateful is the fact that the first time Mr. Bekele is acknowledging it, the fact that we have a huge number of livestock theft in the country, that they are stolen on a daily basis. I think if we compare the figures of Mr. Kelly with the daily figures, you're looking at around about 260 sheep per day, 200 head of cattle per day that's stolen, and around about 100 head of goats per day. The economic value per day in South Africa is 4 million rand that's lost by farmers. So giving the figures over a 3-month period actually doesn't give you the right picture. It's much more serious than is indicated by the minister.
As far as the kind of language being used, the kind of wording from the minister himself, and the reason I keep coming back to the minister is it's been one of the biggest calls from farming communities and cattle communities for the minister to get involved. And he's come out, Willie, and said that stock theft is actually economic sabotage and not a petty crime. It needs to be treated far more seriously. It needs to be handled from the arrests all the way through to the prosecution as well. Do you have faith in the minister and authorities that what they're saying at these meetings, these imbizos, if you will, is actually going to come to fruition?
No, we are involved with the police also on a daily basis with the livestock theft prevention units. We work with them, and it's just like you indicated. There's some people that we can trust, but there's some that we don't. There's some of these people that are really putting in a lot of effort to try and prevent the crime, catch the perpetrators, put them behind bars in orange overalls, but for a lot there is not. And we are really struggling with the police at the present moment. And we are grateful for the effort that the minister wants to make to start doing something about the investigation of this crime.
I imagine there's many opinions, Willie, many versions and ideas of how to get at least somewhat on top of this particular issue. In working with the police the way you say you are, is there sort of a priority order of things that should get done? Can you name one thing that needs to happen to try and turn this on its head?
The first thing is we need more resources. That's our biggest concern. If we do work with if we do phone police, if we do talk to them, the biggest problem they have is resources. They don't have vehicles to go and attend to crime scenes. We need to expand the number of livestock theft prevention units we do have in the country. Currently, we just have 90. Previously, prior to the Jackie Celebi area, we had around about 160 units, which was then decreased to about to the 90 that we have today. So we have more units, we need more resources, and we need more dedicated policemen. That's the three things. If we can get those three things right, we will make an impact on this crime.
There was a lot of talk as well during the various meetings, Willie, just before I start saying goodbye to you for this morning, about how farmers are able to work together. Not all the effort needs to come from the police's side, and I'm sure you agree because you're working hand in hand with them. From the farming communities and how they're interacting with each other. What are those relations like at the moment? There were accusations of white farmers versus black farmers. Is the dust on that beginning to settle? Are farmers beginning to see each other not as enemies, but as a community with one common crime that they all need to address? Are we making progress?
I sure believe we are making progress. We don't have the time to discuss everything, but if you look at the whole Forum and how the Forum operates, the Forum is the main purpose is to establish good relations between the producing community and the criminal justice system. So we do that on a daily basis, but in specific areas, specific parts of the country, there is problems. We don't have efficient stock theft information centers there. That's not functioning, and the provincial chairpersons in those specific provinces are really seriously working at the moment to try and re-establish those stock theft prevention forums so that we can have better relationships amongst ourselves and amongst the producers and the criminal justice system.
At least we're moving in the right direction. Willie Clack, thank you very much in speaking to us this morning here on eNCA, chairperson of the National Anti-Stock Theft Forum. The police minister coming out to say that cattle theft is no longer a petty crime. He goes on to call it economic sabotage, using the right wording to try and have action taken against cattle theft.